Oh gosh, that's a complicated one. What is dance to me? Dance to me is a lot of things now. It's what I spend most of my life doing and thinking about and working on. Dance for me is pretty much everything that I've devoted my life to, especially since I've gotten to grad school. When I moved here for grad school, I left my fiance in Chicago. I left all of my jobs. I left everything pretty much to come down here and focus on developing as a dancer, developing as an artist, developing as a teacher. So dance has kind of become my whole world, for better and for worse. Sometimes I wish I thought about other things more often, but I love dancing, it's great. Dance is a chance for me to communicate with people in a way that you are not able to in any other context. In performance, I mean, it's a cliche, but it's so true. In performance, you're communicating and you're expressing things in movement that you can never express accurately in words. It's so cheesy, but I totally believe that dance has the ability to speak in layers of complexity that we cannot speak to in words. And as a teacher, watching people experience their own bodies, to me, is so rewarding and so exciting. And to see people learn, to have either a greater sense of their body or a greater sense of how to access or how to identify or articulate their bodies, that's probably the most rewarding thing, I guess, about dance for me, is being able to engage in that exchange with someone. And because dance for me has been a place where I've been able to be myself, that I've been able to dig into exactly the kinds of things I'm interested in, I want to bring that same sense of dance as a tool for empowerment to my students, because that's what it's been for me. It's been a chance for me to feel empowered about who I am as a person and who I am as a body and as a female body and all of those things. And so the solo deals primarily with like cycles of life and death and cycles of time. And so the big idea of the thesis work is the possibilities of change. And so we're looking at change in the artist, we're looking at change in the audience, we're looking at change in the work of art itself. And so the solo is dealing with change, or explores change in the artist. And so it's a solo I've set on myself, and as I move through the parts of the solo, as I move through the cycle, I'm trying to experience different, or inhabit different aspects of that cycle and experience the change in myself as I move through.
Like doing that.
it's a cast of improvisational dancers. There's 4 improv dancers, and what they're doing is working with the idea of how their dance changes each time they do it, because they can improvise. So it's a set, so they have different set scores that they have to work with. And the third piece is probably the most choreographed, the most formally set of all of them. And that's it's for 5 dancers. It's called Imperfect Democracy. And that piece is exploring the potential for change in more of in a bigger sense, change in the audience, change in audience's perception, changes in the way that we think about things. That piece deals with questions about multiculturalism and race relations, especially in the 21st century, and just kind of asking, okay, this is where we are now. We've got lots of different kinds of people in this country. Where are we at with this conversation? What are we talking about? What are we not talking about? What's coming up? And so it's clearly the most political of all the works, and that's one of the things that work wants to ask is what can we change things through making art? Can we change public consciousness? Can we change perception through art?